So this past weekend, as I'm sure everybody is aware by now, Donald Trump fired Dr. Carla Hayden as the Librarian of Congress, of course, working at the Library of Congress, and she's out, even though she only had 1 year left on her 10-year term, which of course was confirmed by the Senate, which is what the Librarian of Congress has to go through in order to get the job. But she's a black woman. And we all know Donald Trump clearly does not like black women, especially black women that are like super smart. You know, Dr. Carla Hayden seems like a highly, probably overqualified individual to be the Librarian of Congress. So Donald Trump did what any racist would do, and he fired the overqualified black woman to replace her with a completely incompetent white man. But not just any white man. It was a white man that consistently lost Donald Trump's criminal trials and some of his civil trials, a lawyer by the name of Todd Blanche. Now, out of all of the Trump lawyers that, served with him, or worked with him, I should say, over the last 4 years, Blanche was the best of those. But that's like being the best piece of garbage in the dump, okay? Because you're still a piece of garbage and you're still in the dump. You're just not as dirty or contaminated as the rest of it, but still garbage. So that is who is now the Librarian of Congress. But a really remarkable thing happened this week. Staffers at the Library of Congress, knowing that whoever serves as the librarian has to be approved by Congress, wouldn't let Blanche's people into the building, because Blanche decided to immediately appoint 2 of his other DOJ friends to run the U.S. Copyright Office, which of course is housed in the Library of Congress. And when they showed up earlier this week to go in there to their new jobs, Staffers United blocked the doors and said, "F no, you're not getting in here." And they wouldn't let them into the building. The staffers were adamant about it, and eventually the staffers called the Capitol Police. Capitol Police showed up, what's going on here? And they're like, listen, these guys were appointed by a guy who's not the actual Librarian of Congress because he wasn't approved by Congress. And they're saying they want to get in. So eventually the 2 men, Paul Perkins and Brian Neves, they just left. They were like, you know what? We're not even going to push it. The police are here. We're going home. So good on these staffers. The staffers also say that they recognize the number 2, the one who was serving directly under Dr. Carla Hayden, as the actual acting Librarian of Congress right now. They do not recognize Todd Blanche, again, because he wasn't appointed or approved by Congress. Hayden was, and she selected the number 2. So that is what they are looking at as the chain of command. That is how you handle this guy. That is how you handle Trump. That is how you handle the little idiots that he is appointing to all these positions. This is the way to do it. So kudos and my full congratulations, admiration, and respect to those staffers at the Library of Congress for not letting that incompetent white man come in just because Donald Trump didn't want to see a qualified black woman holding a job. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.